Yo, if you believe in God, pray for my son. Pray that he make it through this, that he be okay.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dawson. Thanks for clicking on the video. Let's go ahead and get up in this story. This is coming again out of Baltimore, Maryland, of this little baby right here. 3-year-old Cameron Anthony Blake, who was killed at the hands of his father, Delonte Deshaun Mack. This dude right here, 27 years old. Again, I don't know what these people are eating. They ain't taking care of themselves. Delonte does not look 27 years old. And that just goes to show you couldn't take care of yourself, and you damn sure couldn't take care of your kid because you killed the kid. Now, I'm gonna let y'all watch this video. It's a couple videos I'm gonna play. This story happened in January, in early January, and they were trying to figure out how this little boy died because according to the father, he said that the boy slipped and fell, hit his head, and went into a coma. And as you all saw, that he was in the hospital before he died. And just now in September 2017, they finally have charged his father, Delonte Deshaun Mack, with his murder. Watch this video and I'll be back with my commentary.
A disturbing case of child abuse tonight. A Baltimore County man is facing charges in the death of his own son. Mary's live in the newsroom with the charges in this case. Mary?
Vic, police have been investigating the death of 3-year-old Cameron Blake since January when he died of severe injuries to his body. 27-year-old Delonte Mack is charged with first-degree child abuse resulting in death and several other counts. Investigators say he repeatedly abused the child before dropping him off at a babysitter where the child collapsed on January 19th. Cameron died on January 24th at Johns Hopkins Children's Center. The hospital initially contacted police suspecting child abuse in this case. Back to you.
Mary, thank you. Mack is being held without bail at the Baltimore County Detention Center.
First of all, before I get started, let me give my condolences out to Andrea Blake, who is the mother of Cameron Anthony Blake, who has to relive this all over again, being that this did happen in January 2017, but through the police investigation now in September 2017, they finally have charged the father, Delonte Mack, with the death of his son. Now, Adrian did state that she was fighting for custody to get Cameron back because she stated that when she was in a relationship with Cameron's father, Delonte, that he was abusive towards her. And she even made videos on social media, especially on her Facebook Live, where she stated that she went to court and she told the judge and she was telling case managers and the attorneys that she was not the one who was abusive in the home, that it was the father, who was beating her and also beating the children. However, she stated they laughed at her and still let Cameron remain with his father. Now, for those of us who have, and I've worked with Department of Children and Family down here in South Florida and Child Protective Services everywhere, these systems are not right. Sometimes they make good decisions, sometimes they make bad decisions, and in this case, Child Protective Services made a horrible decision because you all, even if you didn't give the child back to Adrian, you should have put the child in a group home in foster care, but because you all dropped the ball, Cameron is dead. Now, Cameron's mother, Adrian, has stated on social media that there are people who send her nasty messages and people who are saying, you know, just horrible things to her about this situation, which I don't understand how, being that she did not kill her child. It was Delonte Mack. And going on now in society, we have so many people who are saying that these men are forced to have, you know, to take care of kids they don't want to take care of, and that these men, you know, maybe they don't want a child. And my thing to that is, if you don't want a child, as I've stated before time and time again, use protection. Obviously, the pull-out method is not working for y'all fellas. Use protection. And I know there were some women on the last video I did who say that these women shouldn't have children with men that they know that don't want children. And I totally agree with that. You should plan pregnancies. You should plan it. People are just having kids willy-nilly and just thinking that the tooth fairy or somebody is going to take care of them. As I stated before, when the kids get here, you have to raise your kids. You have to take care of them. No one's gonna come and take care of your kids for you. Yes, sex feel good. We all love sex. We all get caught up. But after that, those couple of minutes or however long you go, after that is over. If you have a child, there's responsibilities that come with having a child. And when those responsibilities come, we have to man up and woman up and take care of the children. Now, Delonte Mack has been charged with first-degree child abuse resulting in death, first-degree child abuse resulting in severe physical injury, second-degree child abuse by a custodian, and second-degree assault. Now, when I saw little Cameron laying in that hospital bed when his mom was, doing Facebook Live, I was just like, man, forget all these charges. Just go ahead and put his dad out of his misery. Just execute this nigga right now. And I hate to feel that way, but it's just when people commit crimes like this, I don't have time to be saying, let's pray. Let's pray. And because it's just like, what you're doing. I have no sympathy for people who harm children. I have no sympathy at all. Whatever happened to you when you get in prison, if you go to prison, if they don't give you, let it happen. I have no sympathy for you because there's no life behind this man's eyes. And that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the relationship was with Adrian and him, but obviously there was some abuse within that. But y'all got to start looking at people's eyes. Quit looking at how they look on the outside, what they drive, what kind of status they have, what they put on social media. Start looking people directly in their eyes. You would be surprised what you could find out with people who cannot look you dead in your eyes. There are people looking at this man. He's dead behind his eyes. He's dead. You sleep with a dead man. You sleeping with a dead woman. And this is just so sad, y'all. It's sad because there are people who are in relationships. Now, I know relationships some last, some don't. But if you're going into a relationship and you have a child, listen to this. When you get into a relationship with another man or with another woman and you have a child that you have sole custody over, if that person does not like your child, if they're not treating your child right, they don't have a relationship with you. But nowadays, we have so many people who would do any and everything to have a man or a woman that they almost forsake their children in order to please that other man or that woman. And I'm telling you, you are a complete idiot if that's what you're doing. Your child comes before any man, any woman. You may not need to get in a relationship. And there are people out there like that. There are people who just don't take care of their kids. How can you be, okay, you're in your 20s, you 27, you 30, you got kids, you want to go out to the club. You don't leave your children just over anybody's house, over any family member's house either. That's how molestation happens. That's how verbal abuse and all this stuff happens. And then people get, maybe my child, she fast anyway. He always acting up. They probably, come on, man. Take care of your children. Take care of your children. This is happening more and more and more. And what it's showing me is that just because you can have sex like an adult doesn't mean you can take care of responsibility like them. That's all it's showing. This is ridiculous. It's sad. And again, my thoughts go out to Cameron's family, his mom, and to everyone else who's come out of situations like this. And for his father, I hope this man does not see the light of day again. Matter of fact, just take him to me, execute him right now. Why should he live? Why should he live? I know that may sound bad, tough. That's how I feel. Why should you live? That little boy looking up to his daddy, the father's who's supposed to protect, the father who's supposed to look out for the kid, the father who is a demon, dead behind the eyes, nothing in his eyes, satanic as, man, look here. I'm done with this. I'm going to leave y'all with this message from Adrian, Cameron's mother. While she was in the hospital, she had a message for the women. I'm going to leave y'all on that note, and y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about this.
And all this time, I've been trying to tell these people that it was never me that beat Cam. I was the only person keeping him safe. Making sure that he was good, that he was okay. I went to court last week to try to get custody. Judge is laughing in my face. His dad threatened me in the courtroom. I had to get a protective order. And then while I'm at work today, I get a phone call that my son's in the hospital. Pray for my baby, y'all. All you single moms out there, take this as a learning lesson. If your instincts tell you, don't let the dad be around the kid, don't let the dad be around the kid. If you know he violent, I don't give a fuck who tell you wrong. Your mother instincts will never lead you wrong. I wanted my son to have a relationship with his dad. This man beat my son until he had a heart attack and died.